Okay, I want to show you that when you're ready to begin part 2 of Moom, how easy it's going to be. But I don't want you to have to keep hiding and showing the curves and the controls. This is going to be very important because I will take off points if I see the red and the blue circles in this area up here. So I highly recommend you come over to the left on your view area and click the 2-panel view. All right. Now, I'm going to zoom in and pan down on this one so I can really just see the head. Over here, I'm going to zoom so I can see the head and all of the controls. I'm not worried about the body just yet. Now, your viewports have their own menus. This menu controls my perspective. This menu controls my front z-axis. This menu up here controls all of Maya. So that's what I say when I go to the viewport menu. I'm talking about the menu that is above the viewport that you're currently in. So on my front Z, I'm going to go to show and I'm going to say none. He disappears. That's okay. All we want to show is polygons, because this is the side you'll take screenshots of. This is the side you'll manipulate. So if on part 1, I drew a happy face, we would think that perhaps the mouth goes up. So I'm going to go to the corners and I'm going to get the move tool and I'm going to, it might go out. Sure, why not? He could be a happy chipmunk, right? And then I'm probably going to get this one, maybe pull down. Let's see if I can move this one up. There we go. And I'm going to click there. He's very happy. Maybe, and I keep trying to click that. You have to click the controls. You may want the eyebrows to go up too if he's happy, right? He's happy. So now when I'm ready to take the screenshot, I will come over to this side and I will use my shortcut. You may use snippet or the Command Shift 4 on the Mac and take your screenshot. Now, what you're going to want to do after you take your screenshot, on the Mac, the screenshots go to your desktop. Except mine go elsewhere because I made a folder and I forgot I put them in there. But yours should just be on the desktop. So I'm going to go to recents because I know it's up there. I have my recents sorted by date. So, oops, not that button. I hit the wrong button, excuse me. I clicked this button and I chose date added. So that means my most recent will be on the very top. Okay. And if I scroll the right direction. All right, so here's Moom. I want to, first of all, change the name because this is Happy Moom. So I'm going to rename him and I'm going to call it Happy because that's the happy face. If you want another finder window, you can do that, or you can keep these on the desktop. I don't know, it's up to you. But I'm going to click File, New Finder Window. So in the secondary window, because I want all my Moom stuff together, in one window, I'll go to Desktop, Maya Projects, Moom. I want to put these images in the image folder. This one right here is just the one that I had on the front page of the agenda. So I'm going to move Happy Moom into this folder. I am going to do, for part 2, I am going to do all my Maya manipulation and the screenshots first. Then when I'm ready and I have all 9 emotions portrayed in photos, then I will give you a choice. You can either use Photoshop if you want to practice those Photoshop skills, or I will allow you to use Google Drive and use Google Slides. So in your 3DMA folder that is already shared with me, by the way, you should star your classes. That will get to it easier, faster. So I'm going to go to 3DMA and I have a sample folder for class. I'm going to go inside that folder. This folder would have people on it, meaning it's shared with me. Let's say, see this one has that. This is B3, but I'm just gonna pretend that's us. I'm gonna create a folder. This was just an example of how you might want to organize, but we don't have enough stuff to organize that way. But I'm gonna create a folder called Moom. That folder will already be shared because the 3DMA folder is shared. I will take off 5 points off the top of your grade if I have to request access to see the file. When I have all 9 of my pictures done, I am going to go into my Moom folder. If I'm doing it on Google Slides, create a new Google slide. You can, if you want a title slide, you can. You don't have to have a title slide, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not being that particular on this one. So I'm going to leave that up to you. I'm going to be lazy and I'm going to delete those text boxes. I'm going to delete those text boxes. All right, then I'm going to insert my first picture. Insert image. I'm going to upload it from computer because I did not already put it into my folder. I do not want you to turn in individual pictures. I want all the pictures on one document because I'm not grading detail. I am grading whether it is colored. I am grading whether or not you detail, or excuse me, that you write down what the emotions are and that they're on time. Well, actually, if you don't do it on time, you don't get a grade at all. You get a 0. All right, so I'm going to resize it. Now, if it would help you, you can make guides. Did you know you can click and pull down from the ruler and make guides? I'm going to undo the, you can also go in the guides. I forget where guides are because I always do them from the ruler. I'll look for that a little later. But you can actually, I think, go into a place where you can tell it to place the guides so they're perfect. But I know this is 6 inches, so I want this one to be about 2. I'm going to pull another one to be about 4. And this may not be perfect, but I'm going to go to the side and I'm going to do, this is 8.5. So in my mind, I want to divide that by 3. And Mrs. Gross is not great with math. So I have too many. So I need to move this over and I need to move this over. I'm not going to grade whether or not your squares are perfect, okay? But you will resize it so it fits. You're not printing this off, so I don't care if it goes to the edge. Now, I want a text label telling me what that is. So you'll click the text box. Just draw it somewhere where it can be overlapping. Just don't overlap his face. Happy, okay? Now, it's hard to see the text. So if you need to, you may put a background on that text box to make it solid. I'll do white. That way I can see the word happy. So if that text box goes inside of that, it's fine as long as it doesn't do the face. So when you have all 9 of these done, it's going to look something like this. Oops, and I didn't have something selected. But anyway, you get the idea. 9 of them. And then you'll turn it in. And then when I go grade it, I'm just going to see that. All right. Now, your part 2 is the electronic faces. Your part 1, you can put the sketch of yours will look just like this, except it will be hand drawn on your piece of paper. Okay. So just take a photo. Do not take a photo of every square on the drawing that you sketched. Just draw it all on the same, color it. And then when you are ready, the reason I wanted to share part 2 with you too as well is that when you're done doing your sketches, you can start part 2 if you want to before the next class.